It's Kathy from Maryland. So a friend of mine and I had lunch today for her birthday, and these beautiful napkins were in her bathroom. She is classy. To use to dry your hands. And I came out and said, I have one of those napkins. The color is gorgeous. And she gave me 4 or 5 of them. She's like, absolutely. I was thinking of you when I bought these. I mean, check this out. That is incredible. And I came home and I'm like, look at that. Almost looks like a face. You'll never be able to forget that now. Let's turn it the other way. Oh, oh my goodness. And then that looks like a little chicken beak. Oh no, I gotta stop or I won't like this. So what I'm thinking is I need to do something with this. So of course I'm thinking decoupage because it's a napkin. And I have a little idea, and that is to decoupage this. I don't have the full idea yet on a piece of cardboard. And I'm either going to use that for a cover for a journal, or I'm going to cut it up and emboss it. So I'm not quite sure. I'm using Mod Podge matte because I don't like shiny. But even with the matte, sometimes it's too shiny for me with decoupage. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. When you do decoupage, back up a little bit with a napkin, there's usually like 3 layers, and you want to get down to just the colored one. So I always see people, I'm usually like struggling here, and then I see people, watch this time, it'll happen really quick, take a piece of tape, I've just never tried it, and they put it on, and you're supposed to be able to pull that up, and it like rips it. Oh, okay. I see what it does. So it kind of takes off. All right, so it takes off the first layer. Let's do that. Let's see if we can do that again, because this is another layer. Okay, it does work. Isn't that cool? So it just helps to separate that. I'm going to just decoupage this whole thing right on here, and then I'm going to cut it up after that. Like, why not, right? Instead of working on a little space, let's just use the bigger space. I've already shaken that up. That looks like a good consistency. Sometimes I thin out Mod Podge, but I don't think I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and first just get an area started here. I am going to take, let's see if this is on a, yeah, this is on a decent mist. And we're going to take that, mist it a little, and we're just going to lay this down. Like that. And then we're going to just keep going, sort of like when you're doing a journal cover. I haven't decoupaged in a while. I used to do a lot of this. One of my favorite projects was decoupaging. I would go to a secondhand store and get glass plates and do the decoupage on the bottom of them, reverse. And let me tell you, that is gorgeous. Some of this will straighten out as it dries. I think I do kind of want this to be a little bit thinner. Ooh, good grief. Here we go again. Guys, I am not always that much of a klutz. I swear. I mean, I'm really not. Wow. I just have Mod Podge everywhere. One thing I do know, but I'm not so worried about it because of all these dark colors in here, is that if you decoupage on white, then whatever you're using, the colors will be much more vibrant because you're not competing with the back color. But because this has so much brown in it, I am totally fine with having the paper bag be the backdrop for this. But yeah, I used to do oyster shells and glass plates. So we will have to do this and let this dry. I'm just going to let it dry overnight. I'm not worried about these little tiny wrinkles in here, especially because I think I'm going to emboss this. And anyway, don't we love texture in journaling, right? Right now that doesn't look so pretty, but let's see what this looks like tomorrow. I'll cut the rim around it, come back, and then we will see. I'm going to pour this back in the jar. There's a little bit left in here. We'll see what it looks like, and we will do the next step. Here it is. Oh, I'm happy with this. I mean, and see, this is what I'm talking about, the shininess, and this is matte. So this is just decoupage. This is it. So it's from a Joann's bag. So you know what's weird about this? It almost seems like leather. How cool is that? Like, I was thinking you could just sew this up and make like a handbag out of it. Right? Look at that. It is so pretty. Anyway, I have a few of them, so I might try a couple different things. But what I thought I would do now is I have a couple of cool embossing folders. And I thought that I would try embossing it. And we're going to go from there. And as I said, I still haven't decided what I want to do with this, but we're going to take it one step at a time. So this embossing folder is 4 1/4 by, let's say, 6 1/2. I really like the center part of this because I want some of this orangey cool, and I want these flowers in it. So I'll use the bottom and the top for something else. So what I'm going to do is cut 4 1/4. Yes, there we go. All right, so what I was going to try to do, I don't know if it will work. I was going to try to keep this one. So maybe if I want to use it long, I'm going to try put it through like this so that I can turn this around and do that half as well. It is very pretty. Check that out. Oh, don't you love embossing? So I guess the decision now is it doesn't matter because I was thinking, could I use it for something like that? Fold that in half. So I guess I'll go in and do the other side. So let me cut this so that it's the right length. Oh yeah. That is great. Oh, look at that pattern. Oh my goodness, I even like the craft side. Look at, because you can really see the pattern. All right, so Ding Dong just realized that this is really what I want. I want that beautiful print upward like that. So in order to do that, you need to put this upright and turn your good side down so the impression will be punched like that. So let's go ahead and give this a whirl like that. Let's see how this one came out. Okay, let's look at the two together. So this side, the flourish or whatever you want to call that, is up. And this side is down. I just want to see if there's, I mean, you still can see the design in this one, but I think I do like it better. Okay, so now we have two strips of this. What do we want to do with it? And I did notice that a few of these are, you know, the embossing is so strong. Some of them are like a little bit, there's like little cuts in there. I don't think it's going, it's not all the way through, but if I want to use this for anything that I want to last for a while, I think I might back that with a little something. See that? It's kind of like, almost cuts it all the way through. So those are beautiful. This is another really cool one. It's letters, which, you know what? Let me throw this through here and see what this looks like, because I think this is so cool. So if I do this, oh, this is nice. So I get this great little product every 7 weeks. It's hair color. And I have these wonderful little boxes. And let me just tell you about this. When COVID started, look at this, Kathleen's instructions. Back right at the beginning of COVID, when a lot of the salons and things were closed down, I decided I would start coloring my own hair. And a friend of mine told me about this company called eSalon, and you send them a picture of your hair color or the hair color you want, and they formulate dye, and you get a little personalized box for, how many weeks, whatever frequency you need it at. So if you mix the dye, it's got gloves and all the things you need. And I've been doing this now for, almost 4 years, and I love it. And so I get these beautiful little boxes, and I always recycle them. And I got thinking that it would be fun to do a project with the box. Get rid of that. And I have an idea. I've got my little strips here, and I have an idea that I wanted to do for Halloween, for like illuminating a pumpkin. This would be a very cool way to cover the box. That could be out of my mind, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I think I may cut this into strips and cover the box, and then I want to cut out a pumpkin face out of this and put some twinkle lights inside. So I talked about my little hair things that I get every 7 weeks. So I went ahead and I did the base coat. Oh, that's stuck. Doesn't even want to come out. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway because I'm not going to use it. So what my idea was to make this like something you could sit on your windowsill. I was going to cut a hole out, and I even went as far as to cut this. It's a cute little pumpkin face. And this beautiful decoupaged thing. So I was going to cut a hole in the middle and then put twinkle lights inside so that you could kind of set it up on your windowsill, and you'd have like a thing that you could turn on and off. And I thought that was cute. So I was going to cover this whole box with this beautiful decoupage paper. But I don't know, guys. The tacky meter was a little bit too high. I don't know. I just think it's tacky. I just can't do it. I might, since this is already cut out, I might do something else with this, but I'm canning this idea. I think it's not a bad idea. It's just not what I want to do. So I have another thought that remember when I held that up first time and said, wouldn't this make a great little clutch or handbag? So I'm going to try something. I'm going to make like a little snap coin wallet with this, put a little snap here. And because some of this is kind of clipped through, because the embossing folder is so powerful, I decided to line this with a piece of Tim Holtz fabric. So when you see it and you open up the flap, you'll have this nice lining. No coins will get through. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. So the first thing I could have done one continuous piece, but this was where the split was with the embossing folder, and it had like a perforated edge. So what I'm going to do is, we'll do it right now. I'm going to just put a bead of glue along the back, and then I am going to do a zigzag stitch along there. And just to hold that flap on. Make sure that's straight. So I rounded the corners And while I give this a minute to dry, I got these little snaps. So I thought that I would go ahead and put a little bit of alcohol ink on the top because I don't want them silver. And this is a little manual punch thing. So I do need to read the directions on how to do that. I haven't done that yet. I have this butterscotch alcohol ink, and I have one that's called mushroom. So I was just going to give these a little dot and see what happens. I wanted to glue the fabric on first, just because it has those holes in there. And I thought this would be a great Christmas present. I know my daughter would love one of these. And I think with a fabric in there and a snap, I mean, it's very sturdy. Okay, I guess I don't want to get this too wet because I also don't want glue going through those cracks on there. So I do believe I'm going to have to let this dry now before I bring it to my sewing machine because I do not want to ruin my sewing machine, and that's wet. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and then I will go sew that. Well, hi, I'm back. So this is one of the little wallets I made. I didn't use a pattern. I just kind of rounded the edges, put a little pin on there with a little dangle and sewed around it. It's cute. I mean, you could put little credit cards or gift cards in there. It'd be a great little gift card holder for someone. I love that. This one, I put a snap on it. These snaps ended up being like huge, like bomber jacket snaps. I don't even know what I was thinking when I bought these. They're huge. So those could have used a cute little snap. But yeah, if you put some coins in there, it's going to be hard to get them out. And then here's another one. This one was a little different. I just wanted to show you that it fits a gift card perfectly. And what I did differently, which I kind of like, is I cut the separate pieces and let the fabric, these I folded the decoupage paper, but this I let the fabric be the hinge for here and here. And I think that for like long term, that fabric will last a lot better, that hinge, than folding that. Because after all, it is paper. But with the addition of the fabric, I thought that was cute. So I have a few more things to show you. The last thing I wanted to make with you guys, and then I'll show you the other things I've made, is just a quick little traveler's journal. This is the cover. This is just the decoupage paper, and I added the Tim Holtz designer fabric. And I am going to just bind this, and then we're going to use an elastic to put this inside of here. So I've already taken my awl and made my 3 holes. So we'll start in the middle, go through, come up here. I just love making these now. They're so easy. And I used this on a recent trip, one of these slim journals. I will post that video too. That was a great video, I think. It was just a really practical little slim traveler journal. And they're easy to make. And I think a really nice gift. Turn it over and make sure it's tight. That side looks like it could be a little tighter. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this project. I haven't done decoupage in a long time, and it was fun. It's kind of fun to get your hands dirty. All that Mod Podge. Snip that off. Okay, that's all set to go. I like putting this in here while I'm doing it, and that way I can check the tension. So I've already put my little rivets in. I go in through the top, down through the bottom. So these holes, I just put in like 1/4 inch with my crocodile and then put the rivet in. And the nice thing about this is that you can change this out, as I talk in that video when I did the slim journals. That's what I love about it. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up here. Actually, I don't think I'm going to hang anything from this one. I think I'm going to finish this down at the bottom. So I just make sure I get some good torque on here. I actually just do an overhand knot. And then put a tiny bit of glue on that knot. I'll give it one more knot. Oh, we'll leave that off. So there you have it. Nice and taut. And you can just slip that out after you've used it. And it's just a great little journal to stick in your handbag. Bring with you to a conference or, wherever you're going. So I have a cute little picture I want to put on here. It's just a little frame with one of the little gals on there. I thought that was really cute. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. Get out those napkins. It's interesting. I used to buy like a whole pack of napkins. And you can get anything on Etsy these days. There are people on Etsy that sell, like you can just buy like 4 napkins. And they're really reasonable instead of buying, because I'm telling you that these nice napkins can get expensive if you really want like a theme or a certain design. But you can go on there and pretty much find anything on Etsy. So let's go ahead and just put this on here. Oh, I love that. So I made a few more things that I'm going to show you. I found some other napkins that I liked that I had in my stash. This one. They were kind of fall themed. This one with those cute little, I got that one on Etsy. Cute. And then that. And let's just lay out what we made. We have a fun little display here. Put those to the side. I made a glass holder. Isn't that great? A little glass case. Put a little bee on the front. I'm telling you, when you use, like I did, the brown paper bag with the napkin and then line it with fabric, it's very, very sturdy. I made this. Let's just open this up. It's another kind of a slim traveler journal. And then I just fussy cut some of the flowers out of that napkin and made a cute little thing. But I like the flap, and I did lined paper in that one. So I like that. That I thought came out really cute. And for these, remember I talked about how if you're using something light, you should use a light white paper. This, it didn't matter because it was dark, so I did use white paper under this. So that's that. I made this one. Another little traveler's journal that I thought was very cute. Let me just show you the fabric real quick inside, because I think the fabric really makes these adorable. Nice. And these are a little slimmer. I actually have enough room to put a pen right here. And I was going to, but I just kind of ran out of time. I thought you could put a little loop there and stick a pen in. And what a great gift that is for someone, right? For Christmas. How cute is that? Let's just tie that back up. But I love this with the little forest creatures on there. The hedgehog and the fox and the squirrel. And it's just so cute. Put a little bee on the side. There's that one. Then I made this one out of this napkin. And this is cute as well. I put a little dangle on there. And some nice Tim Holtz fabric inside. And I used just the elastic. So I just had a lot of fun with this project. And you can do the same thing. Just get out your Mod Podge. You can just use white PVA glue and thin it out if you don't have Mod Podge. It honestly works just as well. Um, there's our eyeglass holder. Here's our little wallets. And there you have it. And our pretty little napkins. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more thing. I almost forgot my cute little badger notebook. I made a little mini notebook. I just like bound it in there. And I just love that. I'm going to give that to my granddaughter, I think. I thought that was adorable because I had some extra. Yeah, so when you have these extra scraps, you know, I was going to make a bookmark out of that. I was trying some different fun stitching with that. But yeah, just a great project. Oh, one more thing. I couldn't let this guy go without making a cute little Halloween card. So he came to the party after all, as a good friend of mine used to say. So there you have it. Love you guys. Have a great night, day, whatever time it is in the world where you live. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to let the YouTube algorithm know that I'm putting content out there that you like. Comment, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye.